All right, y'all, we are back with another video and we got some breaking news. And before we get to that, have y'all noticed that everybody that was going after Donald Trump all of a sudden now want to beg him for mercy, want to apologize? You even got Mika and Joe from Morning Joe talking about they went to Mar-a-Lago to speak to Donald Trump, but these the same two people that was calling this man Hitler, calling him a fascist, a day one dictator, all the things that they were saying about Donald Trump, all of a sudden now they decided to go to Mar-a-Lago to try to apologize to Donald Trump. You know why? Because MSNBC ratings are very low. I mean, they are low. Joy Reid show low. All of them show ratings are down. So all of a sudden now, they trying to apologize to Donald Trump. And it brings me to this one right here where Benny Johnson said we got a victory. Donald Trump's New York fraud case gets nuked. Felon label reversed. Donald Trump is not a felon anymore, according to them, because they were trying to call the man a felon and stuff like that. It just don't make any sense at all. And said that Alvin Bragg begs Donald Trump for mercy. Boy, it's like all of them coming on out now. All of them, they brung these fake cases and stuff against Donald Trump. All of a sudden now is bowing down, apologizing, and all of this. But like I said, Donald Trump is not going to fall for this crap. He's not going to fall for what the left are doing. All of a sudden they trying to apologize because if he would have lost, all of them would be still going after this man. All of them will be still calling him Hitler and all of this crap. Ever since he won, you ain't been hearing no more Hitler talk, Mussolini. You ain't been hearing none of that. They let you know it was all fake. It was all propaganda because they wanted Kamala Harris to win and make Donald Trump look bad, but the American people didn't fall for it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into it. Shout out to everybody who always watches the entire video. It really, really helps the video get out there more. YouTube will share it. So if you do make it to the end, please let me know in the comment section that you did watch the entire video. I would really appreciate it because, like I say, it helps the video get out. And please hit that like button. That's very important. Without further ado, y'all, let's go ahead and dive straight into this, y'all. Let's go.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. What is the foundation of every functional relationship, whether it's business or whether it's your wife or girlfriend? It's trust. You must be able to trust that what someone is telling you is true. You must believe them when you're getting information from them. And then you are able to move forward in a way that is productive for everyone.
Yep. And
hopefully profitable. And that especially is important when it comes to politics. How many times were you lied to over the last 4 years? So much. It's created incredible distrust with our government, especially our federal government, because the people who ran this country didn't care enough to be truthful with us about so many issues. It's impossible to name them all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was one man, real estate developer, reality TV star, who actually told you the truth 10 years ago. And now the truth is playing out before our very eyes. Here we go.
We're going to win so much, you may even get tired of winning. And you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more. We're going to win so much.
You're going to get tired of winning. Are you tired of winning right now?
Let's
Check
go.
This out, ladies and gentlemen. A statement out from the Trump-Vance transition team on the Manhattan witch trial. It literally says that right here in the headline. Statement on the Manhattan witch hunt trial. This is a total and definitive victory for President Trump and the American people who elected him in a landslide. We'll get to the breaking news here in just a second, but President Trump just released this statement. The Manhattan District Attorney has conceded that the witch hunt cannot continue.
Woo!
The lawless case is now stayed. President Trump's legal team is moving to get it dismissed once and for all, says Trump's new communications director. This is rocketing around the internet, going thermonuclear viral because of this today. Donald Trump's hush money sentencing completely and totally called off. Oh yeah, baby.
Wow. Let's go.
Stormy Daniels down bad. And yeah, not in the way she wants to be. Donald Trump is sentencing a New York hush money case called off as the court decides how to move forward with his astounding re-election landslide victory. According to a short court note, the sentencing scheduled later this month, November 26th, has been indefinitely adjourned. It comes as Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg and his prosecutor deputies argue that the case against President Trump should proceed. Okay, how are you going to do that exactly? But they also stunningly acknowledge that they may need to pause the case in order to have more time to consider the next steps. We would not oppose Trump's request for a stay of further proceedings while they await the decision to be dismissed, the prosecutors wrote in term on Tuesday. The Trump team immediately declared victory over the admission, calling this a complete and total victory. Judge Juan Merchan is currently weighing whether the Supreme Court's historic presidential immunity decision and presidential election outcomes apply to the case, and has not yet made a determination pausing the proceedings. Maybe Judge Merchan should make up his mind, because Judge Merchan is one of those people who are going to immediately get investigated.
Surely is.
Because he's been using this case to fraudulently fill the coffers of his daughter, who's a little gremlin who does fundraising for Democrats.
I've
shown you the receipts time and time again on this program. Judge Merchan's daughter raises untold millions for Democrat politicians.
She's going down too.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here, Todd Blanche, is going to be the new Deputy Attorney General. So it looks like the shoe is on the other foot now, assholes.
Ladies
and gentlemen, this is going to be very, very bad. In a filing this week, Trump lawyer Todd Blanche called for a stay on the dismissal of the case. They say it creates impediments to Trump's ability to govern, among other issues. Merchan is expected to make a decision on the Trump team's argument. Former President Trump's conduct is entitled to immunity protections following the ruling. 6-3 Supreme Court conservative Justice majority came through in July. The ruling stated that the President of the United States has immunity from prosecution for official acts in office. So what this is effectively saying is that Donald Trump was running for president and was trying to cover up, trying to tie off loose ends here. These are called nuisance lawsuits. Everybody deals with nuisance lawsuits. This is what the Stormy Daniels lawsuit was. Stormy Daniels got paid, signed an NDA, and that was the end of it. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg agrees to pause Trump hush money case, opposed to tossing case entirely. So what are they gonna try to drag this thing out?
Yeah, that's the thing. They ain't gonna be able to drag that out. They know it was a dumb case. It should never been brought in the first place. You got come on, I don't even want to say it. But this right here should never been brought in the first place. Alvin Bragg, that Judge Merchan, his daughter, all of them need to be in jail for this crap that they bringing. You see, they was really hoping for Donald Trump to lose. The same way Jack Smith was hoping Donald Trump would have lost because he can continue on with what he was doing. Now you see, he didn't pretty much saying, "Hey, I'm done," because Donald Trump said he was gonna fire Jack Smith within 2 seconds of him getting in office. So Jack Smith trying to get on out of there now. And this, like I said, this Judge Merchan has to go down himself because he was a Biden-appointed judge. His daughter making all type of money prosecuting Donald Trump, and they know it. So they might as well go ahead and throw this crap out. All this trying to prolong it and push it all the way to 2028 or 2029. Forget all of that. Throw this crap out because y'all brung this case because they were hoping that this case was going to stop people from voting for Donald Trump, and it didn't work. So now they're trying to find a way okay, how can we drop this case? Because it didn't work. Because I'm telling you, the whole point of them bringing it was to try to stop him from getting elected so people wouldn't vote for him because they were trying to get to this point where they can call him a convicted felon. And all the Democrats been calling him that for the longest. How can y'all vote for a convicted felon? He's not a convicted felon. They're just something these Democrats made him to bumping up, charging from a misdemeanor to a felony just so you can call him a felon. It just don't make any sense. They want to call Donald Trump a felon, but yet why they don't call Hunter Biden a felon? Ain't he a felon? So it's it just don't make sense. I don't know why they trying to prolong this crap.
For another 4 years, they're going to try and litigate it in 2029 when Trump is out of office. Maybe Trump will be out of office. Maybe Donald Trump goes and serves as J.D. Vance's vice president. You ever thought about that?
Oh, yeah. That'd be nice.
Thought about that, Juan? Maybe Donald Trump goes right back into the executive.
Hey, yeah, that's a good thing right there. Think about it. If Donald Trump, once his 4 years up, and J.D. Vance run and he wins, and then he picked Donald Trump as his vice president, then what? Hey, that's another good one right there. Then what they gonna do? Let's take that back. Listen to what Benny just said.
Be out of office. Maybe Donald Trump goes and serves as J.D. Vance's vice president. You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that, Juan? Maybe Donald Trump goes right back into the executive branch. They just swap. There's no constitutional limits on how many times you can run for vice president. You ever thought about that one?
Sure ain't.
Jackass. Alvin Bragg wants Donald Trump's sentencing postponed. If I were these jackasses, I would want this case gone forever. You realize how dirty this thing is? Matthew Colangelo is somebody who worked inside of the Justice Department, who was shoved into this backwater office, this dingy office in order to prosecute Trump. There are so many like pieces of dirty laundry in this case. They should want this thing to go away. Like the people who are behind this case should be the #1 individuals asking for its dismissal. A real Justice Department is really going to look into this and see all like this is a dirty bomb that is going to blow up in the faces, metaphorically, of those who hatched this scheme. An important reminder that this is a case that was that tried to be brought against Trump like multiple times. They finally got the Soros prosecutor to do it. The Soros prosecutor who's like allowing criminals to run rampages over all of Manhattan, who has bootstrapped a misdemeanor into a felony somehow.
That's crazy.
That have like apparatchiks from Maine DOJ sent in by Merrick Garland in order to run the actual case, because Alvin Bragg's just such a dumbass. They should want this to go away. This thing is red herring around their neck. They're not going to want this with a real attorney general.
Sure ain't.
Manhattan DA has agreed to postpone Donald Trump's November 26th sentencing until and after the defendant's upcoming presidential term. Oh, okay. CNN effectively melting down, saying that Trump's sentencing would be in 2029. Okay.
They didn't want that. See, because you got to realize the thing is, bringing this case, just like all the rest of them, like this stuff from Fannie Willis, Jack Smith, all of was that. All of these cases was to keep him from being elected. Because they thought bringing all these cases, they would have just drove people away from Donald Trump, saying, how can I vote for this man? Look at the cases that he's in. Then they the Democrats bringing E. Jean Carroll, saying Donald Trump did something to her 40 or 50 years ago, and she don't remember none, and she getting stuff from Law and Order, putting it in her case, and got these Biden-appointed judges awarding her $80-some million. And people seen through that. They seen what they was doing. So all of these cases, Jack Smith, Fannie Willis, this New York hush money case, that crap Letitia James was doing, all of this was to keep him from being elected. Now that he's elected, what the use of bringing these cases now? Because even after if you're talking about 2029, he won't be able to run for president no more. He'll be out, so it won't be no reason to go after him now, because that's what the reason they was going after him, because they didn't want him to be president. And then, like Benny said, what if he beat J.D. Vance's VP? They never thought about that right there.
Not a great plan, right? Not a great plan. Here's how Fox covered it.
Harris, thank you so much. And the breaking news this afternoon, it looks like the can is being kicked down the road yet again in Judge Merchan's court, with no decision on the immunity of the President of the United States and no decision yet on whether or not to dismiss this case in its entirety. Sandra, the prosecution, Alvin Bragg's office, is merely saying they're going to agree to a stay in this case while Trump files a motion to dismiss. They're not against the sentencing not happening today, but they are reserving the right, and they're making the suggestion, let's put everything on hold until he's out of office, and then we'll go after him again.
Right, just to reiterate the point that the judge has not agreed to this yet, but the prosecution has agreed to delay the sentencing. That's the news right now. We're just getting in the filing from the Manhattan DA's office to Judge Merchan, and I believe Carrie Urban has that in hand right now, John.
Yeah, okay, so let's go to Carrie. Carrie, it's on page 2 of Alvin Bragg's letter to Judge Merchan, where they say consideration must be given to various non-dismissal options that may address any concerns raised by the pendency of a post-trial criminal proceeding during the presidency, such as deferral of all remaining criminal proceedings until after the end of the defendant's upcoming presidential term. They're not letting this thing go.
Yeah, let me make this as simple as possible. What Bragg's office is saying here is, let's drag this out for as long as we possibly can, whether Donald Trump is president or not, which I think is quite something, considering, as you just said, the will of the people is pretty clear. Lawfare didn't work. Donald Trump was reelected, and he was resoundingly. Yep. But are we that surprised? Think about it. The top official, one of the top officials of the Department of Justice, left that prime spot, took an incredible job downgrade to work for a local prosecutor here in the state of New York. Why? because he wanted very much to finally get Trump. They did, and they are not willing to let that go. And that is what their filing is all about.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is extra hilarity from the top of the New York Times right now. Manhattan DA suggests freezing case until 2029.
That's crazy.
Oh, you're pissing off the wrong people here, man. You're pissing off the wrong people. One of the people who have been defending Donald Trump is, of course, his lawyer, Alina Habba. She joined our program last week to talk about what it's like to face down this Manhattan jury and what's going to happen to this case and all of the lawfare cases against President Trump. And she didn't hold back. Here we go. I think they're going to have to rethink the entire strategy, much like they'll have to rethink the entire lawfare strategy. You're currently in New York. Juan Merchan, you may pass him in the street. What would you tell Juan Merchan exactly if you were in an elevator with him?
If I was not Donald Trump's lawyer, what would I tell him? What are you doing? Dismiss the case. You're embarrassing yourself. As an attorney, obviously, I can't speak to a judge. I'm not the attorney on that case, though, so I can say this. I think that people are really, they were so transparently angry, and they were so transparently foolish with the lawfare that these are the people that are the poster children for why we won. Letitia James and Governor Hochul came out the day after the election and had a narcissistic press conference like I've never seen in my life, where they made it about the resistance and it's the resistance. We're going to come after you. Oh, they think they're going to come in and be the president of the United States, and we're not going to listen. So now you're not going to listen to the president of the United States. We don't like that culture as Americans. Yes. We don't like it. That's why everybody, including New Jersey, almost turned red where I'm from, because America's freaked out. If you're doing this to a billionaire, what if you do it to me? I'm not a billionaire. I can't afford that kind of attack. I can't afford the lawyers for that. That's scary for America.
I'm telling you, it is.
These people are the face
and
of the
Alina Habba is telling the truth, though, because if you can do that to a billionaire, shit, what you can do to me? And like she said, how can I afford all these lawyers with all these attacks coming from everybody? I won't be able to afford it. And it's just crazy the way that they doing Donald Trump now. They won't even let it go. They want to push it down the road. They want to get this man so bad. They want to get him so bad that they are willing to wait to 2029 just to get him. This is how bad they want him. This is just sad.
Trump campaign. The lawyer for Donald Trump is now on Benny Johnson because they've tried so hard to knock him down that it became part of our campaign. This is un-American. You should be ashamed. He should have dismissed that case on Tuesday. He needed another week. What do you need a week for? The Supreme Court already held there's immunity. What do you need a week for? It's not a good PR week for you? You need to wait a week? Your PR team telling you no? These are things judges are not supposed to do. Mm-hmm. They're just not. And those are people that I really am concerned about, but I'm really proud of. Listen, that's why Gates is coming in.
Yeah.
Well, there we go right there. She said that's why Gates is coming in. There's going to be some changes around here. It's going to be some huge changes coming. So that's why now they attacking Matt Gaetz. Trying to bring up he did this to a 17-year-old. It's just all type of stuff. This is what they do. Every time somebody finna be elected or put in a position, they always try to bring up what somebody said that they did back in the day. This is what they always do, but they never bring up what they said Biden did. They never want to talk about that woman in Biden. They never want to talk about that. They didn't even want to talk about Kamala Harris' husband slapping another woman. They didn't never want to talk about that, but everybody that's a Republican that's on the side of Donald Trump, they always trying to dig up information or bring up old stuff or bring up old lies to try to trick the American people. This is what they do. That's why CNN, MSNBC, ABC, that's why they ratings down now. They cannot stop lying. Just because they don't like Donald Trump, they go after everybody that supports him. They go after everybody that's around him. And this is what they've been doing nonstop. This case has been nuked. This is a victory for Donald Trump, though. But I don't believe they're going to mess with him in 2020. I believe they're going to drop it before then. I think what they're doing now is they probably like, we can't drop it now because people think that we only was going after him because we didn't want to be president. But since he's president now, they trying to think of a way to try to drop it. So, I mean, that's what that right there is. So, like I said, y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think about that. Thank you all for watching. especially the ones that made it to the end. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.